Hello there, and welcome back to Talk and Fight for another episode of Boxing News Today. Well, boxing fans, today our first item comes out of Colombia, where we have a fight going on there tonight, featuring Jose El Zordo de Oro Morales from Texas, who's going up against toe-to-toe against Jose Antonio Jimenez from Colombia. They both had their weigh-in for their title fight, and courtesy of the UBO, you can see a great picture of them on the boxing247.com site, where we get all of our news and headlines of the day. Anyway, as I say, they clash tonight. That's January 21st, down in Tolima, Colombia, for the vacant UBO International Super Flyweight title. And they both clocked in at 115 pounds. So good luck to those two gentlemen, and we'll move on now to see. We have some news out of Phoenix, Arizona. Raymond Ford going toe-to-toe against Edward Vasquez. American prospect Raymond Ford will make the second defense of his WBA Continental Featherweight title against undefeated Edward Vasquez at the Footprint Center, as I said, in Phoenix, Arizona. Ford has shown some good things in just over a dozen fights, and at 22 years of age is making his way into the 126-pound division. He won the Pioneer Continental belt last August by defeating Reese Bellotte by technical knockout in 3 rounds. He returned to the ring on November 27th to defend the belt against Felix Caraballo with another technical knockout, and is now looking for his second defense. A native of New Jersey and a southpaw guard, Ford wants to continue climbing in his career and overcome different obstacles that will allow him to fight for a world title in the midterm. The opponent he will face will not be easy. Vasquez is undefeated in 11 fights and is 26 years of age. He has defeated opponents with good records and has fought recurrently in the past 2 years. The undefeated duel has Ford with 11 wins and 1 draw, while Vasquez has won all 11 of his professional fights. Looks like a good tilt. As I said, that will take place on February 5th, coming up next month. Here's some Ema Kozin, who's going toe-to-toe against Claressa Shields, also on February 5th. Undefeated contender Ema Kozin has worked her way into position as a mandatory challenger for WBC, WBA, IBF middleweight world champion Claressa Shields. She will look to earn a historic win for her native Slovenia when she challenges Shields on February 5th in Cardiff, Wales, which will also be available on pay-per-view in North America. The win would be historic for myself and for my country, said Cosin. Claressa certainly has a good reputation and is one of the greatest female boxers out there. But I don't feel any pressure because of who she is. I see it as a huge opportunity and not as some kind of burden. The 23-year-old Cosin has worked her way up the rankings, earning 10-round unanimous decision victories over former world title challengers Maria Lindbergh and Chris Namus. Most recently, Cosin stopped Radana Kochnevich in 2 rounds in May of 2021 as she awaited the showdown with Shields. I've been preparing specifically for this fight for more than more than half a year, and I've made a lot of progress as a fighter. I'm feeling ready, excited, and eager to show everything I've learned in the ring, said Cosin. Good luck to her on February 5th. Elsewhere on February 5th, we see Arum Laponte going up against Luis Jourdain. Arum Laponte has just started his journey in professional boxing, but he has a good projection. The American-Argentinian will step into the ring in a big fight, as I said, on February 5th in Phoenix, Arizona. Laponte is one of the talents who participated in the Future WBA Champions, a program of the Pioneer organization that seeks to promote amateur boxing and contribute to the difficult moment the sport is going through in that area. The Alien, as he's called, as a 20-year-old is nicknamed, has recently signed a promotional agreement with Matchroom Boxing and will make his first appearance in one of their cards. He is a rather tall boxer at 183 centimeters who fights in the super lightweight category and has good skills. He's been a professional since 2020 and has won all 4 of his professional fights, 2 of them by knockout. The WBA bantamweight champion, Jamie Mitchell, who will also defend his crown at the Phoenix event, and Raymond Ford will expose his Continental Featherweight belt. Again, it should be another good tilt. Elsewhere in the news, we see that undefeated lightweight RayJay the Destroyer Bermudez, who's 15-0 with 11 knockouts, recently gained invaluable experience sparring World Boxing Council, that's WBC, featherweight world champ Gary Russell Jr., who's 31-1 with 18 knockouts at his Washington, D.C. training camp. Bermudez is the reigning ABF, American West, and NBA Continental champion, fighting out of Albany, New York. He's scheduled to fight an opponent to be determined in an 8-round bout February 12th in St. Augustine, New York, on a card presented by Christy Martin Promotions. Russell, is very, very fast, skilled, and he knows when to punch. Bermudez spoke about 2 weeks. He served as Russell's sparring partner. Sharing the ring with him, I learned how confident and composed he is. He'll stay right there in the pocket and remain composed at all times. He's very humble. He doesn't walk around acting like he's entitled. He has tremendous speed. He can pop too. I think he's got the whole package. He has great IQ and more power than people think. Gary was the first big name I've sparred with. He's very gracious, and I learned from watching how he prepares. Speaking of Gary Russell, who's going toe-to-toe against Mark Magsayo down in Atlantic City on this Saturday night in a couple of days. Oh, tomorrow night. WBC featherweight world champion Gary Russell Jr. and unbeaten top challenger Mark Magsayo went face-to-face Thursday at the final press conference before they meet on the Showtime main event, as I said, this Saturday, January 22nd, in the PBC event coming out of the Borgata Hotel and Casino and Spa in Atlantic City, and that's down in New Jersey. The press conference also features super lightweight contenders Subriel Matias and Petros Armyan, who will meet for a rematch in the 12-round co-main event, plus hard-hitting featherweight contender Tugsuk King Tug Nayambayar, the once-beaten contender Zakaria Lucas, who square off in a 10-round telecast opener at 9 p.m. Said Gary Russell Jr., at the end of the day, I'm a gladiator. I love what I do. I love showing the skill that I bring to the sport of boxing. Nothing has come easy for us. This is not unfamiliar territory for me or my family. There are no concerns about ring rust. I'm always in the gym. I haven't taken 2 months off from training since I was about 4 or 5. Wow. Boxing is not just what I do. It's a lifestyle for me. I'll go out there and I'll destroy Mark on Saturday. Then the big fights that I want, those fighters won't be in a rush to face me. Not anyway. I'm always trying to give the same message when I enter the ring. I believe in intellect over athleticism, no matter the situation. Mark is actually willing to put it online. He's going to go out there and give it his best. A lot of other fighters want to hide from the best. But I know Mark wants his badly. It's a pleasure to share the field of battle with him. He said he's going to show his skills, and that's what I'm looking forward to. I wish other fighters would step up like he did. That's what the sport of boxing needs. Good for him. Good words. Elsewhere, Edgar Berlanda is going up against Steve Rolls at the Hulu Theater at Madison Square Garden in New York City. That's going to be taking place on the 19th of March. 3 future fistic superstars are set to unite under the Madison Square Garden spotlight. Brooklyn-born super middleweight sensation Edgar, the chosen one Berlanga, will defend his NABO belt against crafty Canadian Steve Rolls in the 10-round main event, as I said, Saturday, March 19th at the Hulu Theater in Madison Square Garden. Berlanga, whose family hails from San Juan, Puerto Rico, makes his main event debut in the stiffest test to date. In the junior middleweight co-feature, 19-year-old Puerto Rican star Xander Zayas will fight in his first scheduled 8-rounder against Louisiana-born spoiler Quincy Chico Las Valles. The 8-round televised opener will see the return of lightweight U.S. Olympic silver medalist Keyshawn Davis, who's going toe-to-toe against Mexican veteran Esteban Sanchez. Berlanga Rolls, Zayas Valles, and Davis Sanchez will all air live on ESPN and ESPN Deportes, and will be simulcast on ESPN Plus at 10 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern time. This is being promoted by Top Rank in association with DeBella Entertainment, and tickets are already on sale and probably sold out by now. Said the Top Rank chairman Bob Arum, Edgar, Xander, and Keyshawn are future pound-for-pound superstars, and it will be a special evening in front of a sold-out New York City crowd. All 3 are in there with the toughest fights of their respective careers, but I expect them to pass with flying colors. Berlanga, who's 18-0 with 16 knockouts, took the boxing world, as you know, by storm with 16 straight first-round knockouts to open his pro career. He went the distance twice in 2021, opening his campaign in April by knocking down Damon Nicholson 4 times in 8 rounds in an ESPN televised rout. Berlanga returned to Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder card in October, defeating Marcelo Esteban Cocheras via 10-round unanimous decision, despite suffering a torn bicep in the 3rd round and the first knockdown of his career in the 9th. Berlanga said, "I'm so excited to fight in my first main event in my hometown. It's a dream come true for a fighter representing New York City and Puerto Rico. I can't wait to show the world what I'm truly about. We're going to blow the roof off the Hulu Theater, so grab your tickets early. Get your popcorn ready for this performance." All right. Good for him. And last story, we see that the World Cup boxing series that I've mentioned before, the 4-man lightweight tournament that's taking place down in Sonora, Mexico on the 24th of February, will be streamed on UFC Fight Pass. That's an announcement coming out of RayJay Boxing headquarters. Yes, it says RayJay Boxing will stream this. Sorry, RayJay Boxing on UFC Fight Pass will stream the semifinals of, well, okay, I'll leave that sentence up to them. RayJay Boxing on UFC Fight Pass will stream the semifinals of World Cup Boxing Series inaugural 4-man lightweight tournament presented by Roy Jones Jr. Boxing Promotions live and exclusively on February 24th from Sonora, Mexico. This is actually RayJay Boxing's 4th consecutive year streaming on UFC Fight Pass, and it commences with this all-Latino lightweight card headlined by the WCBS semifinal round. Wow. I'm going to exit now. My tongue is twisted. Thank you for joining me. Remember to like, share, subscribe. We'll see you later on at 4 p.m. Eastern Time for Knuckle Up, featuring Mike Orr at 4, along with Hannah Rankin. And then later on this evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for the Friday night panel featuring Tim Witherspoon and also a special guest coming out of India to let us know what's happening in the sports world of boxing in India. Should be a good one. We'll see you then. And thank you for joining me. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell.